What is up, A-Team? Welcome back. Awesome Austin here. Hope everyone's having an awesome day or night, depending on where you're at, but hope it is awesome. And yes, we're back at it today to talk more about crypto. We're doing a late night stream. It's been a while since I've actually done a late night stream. I can't tell you the last time I did a late night stream, but someone in Discord talked me into doing a late night stream, and a lot of it has to do with the markets going the way that they're going. A lot of us put shorts in on the market. The shorts are hitting pretty hot right now. People are making some pretty damn good money off of the shorts, and I couldn't be happier for basically anyone and everyone who got into the shorts over the last probably, 24 hours. So yeah, pretty excited about it. Everyone rallied it up and they came back down. We caught the shorts coming down. So we did a full circle on this. This has actually been a really good trading event over the last, probably 48 to 72 hours, give or take. And I couldn't be more excited for it. So with all that, I do want to say what's up to the A-Team here. We got the A-Team in the house. We got Billion Right coming in here hot with the $2 super chat. I'm here. What's up, man? Good to see you, dude. Appreciate you. You think we got some pullback? Yeah, we're going to definitely talk about where I think it's going to go. We can definitely do some measurements, look at the indicators. That's the whole goal of the stream here. Let's look at the indicators. Let's see how far this go down, what the possibilities are, and potentially when do we actually start longing the market again. We do have a really big week next week. There's actually a lot of good news out next week in regards to potential rate cuts. I mean, rate cuts are going to be ginormous for us. If the rate cuts come through, we all know that the markets are going to rally. There are some indicators showing that rate cuts could actually be on the table, not only just from Polymarket showing that, but also from, dude, you got just a ton of companies out here buying up the markets, buying up a lot of the securities out there. And so when you start to see that kind of stuff, it's definitely of, hey, we're preparing for some potentially good things. Obviously, indicators are telling us that the market is way over purchased right now. We knew that the markets were going to come down, and they're still coming down hot right now. XRP sitting at 224.77. It's actually falling down pretty hot right now at the time of this filming. I mean, we knew that based off indicators. We knew that it was over purchased. And that's what it's all about here. The markets are going to do what the market's going to do, regardless of any of the news that's out there. They're going to continue to follow that. If a market's over purchased, AI, bots, humans are going to take advantage of those indicators. We're all looking at the same thing here, all talking about the same thing. So obviously the markets are going to do what they're going to do. So that's kind of where we're at. And but yeah, what's up, man? Good to see you, dude. We got Richard in the house here. Evan, Z-Goal, it's good to see you, man. Devin, Crypto Keeper Joe, what's up, buddy? Devin Wright's in the house here. Yeah, good to see you guys. St. Pakistan, what's up, man? Bill A. Black Denim finally downloaded BTCC. All right, bro. I see you. I hesitated on the XRP short this morning because I was questioning Austin on the. Did you buy? You didn't buy it, Andrew? All right, it's all good, dude. I mean, it happens, man. Sometimes you buy it, sometimes you don't. You know what I mean? It's okay. Kyle, what's up, man? Late night stream. Yeah, we're on a little bit of a late night stream today. No, I'm okay. I take the ad. Did you get the ad today? Dude, I totally forgot to monetize fans video yesterday. So anyone that watched that got free ads. Z-Goal, thanks so much for the $2 super chat. Thank you, my brother. Appreciate you, man. Thank you so much. You guys have been huge supports. Dude, the Discord has been phenomenal during this last, it's phenomenal period. But I mean, during this last event that we've been having here since the Elon Musk fight, Elon Musk and Trump fight. I mean, we've been up and down on a massive roller coaster, and a lot of us are making really good money off these things. There's been some tough days, but we've held in there. There's been some liquidation events, but I mean, we've come back strong, and that's really all that matters. So, Jeffrey, what's going on, man? I feel like all these long and shorts that we are in a bear market, this kind of feels like it, but I mean, this is a preparation of what a bear market's like. So, if you're doing well right now with margin trading and you don't over leverage yourself, this is exactly what the bear market's going to bring. You're going to look at indicators. You're going to trade off indicators. You're going to make money in the bear market. The only way to make money in the bear market is to leverage trade. I never promoted that before. I've never talked about that before on the channel. I've done it on the side. I just felt like margin was always kind of scary to talk about. But again, appreciate the A-Team for pulling it out of me. Appreciate you guys for jumping into Discord and pulling it out of me. We finally said, you know what, we'll find a platform that works. Let's share it with each other. And here we are, dude. We're making, we're doing a good job. So couldn't be more appreciative of that. We're in a bear market, been in all year. I don't know if we're in a bear market, dude. That's kind of excessive to say a bear market. I don't know about that. XRP is definitely prepping for a long. Stoch RSR is oversold 1 to 2 hours. Yeah, I don't know if it's going to pump, but I mean, those 1 to 2 hour stocks, it's going to come up and down. It could flatten out. Again, me, I'm looking on the long-term side of it. It could be anywhere from a 48 to 72 hour window based off of the 1 to 12 hour, even the 4 hour chart. You guys know me, but you could definitely scalp it at the 1 hour if you choose, or any of those kind of things. Go in there and make it could go up 1 cent, or it could go up a half a cent, and you can make good money off that. That's kind of where it's at. So Discord has been dope. Yeah, it's been good, dude. It's like drinking. Use responsibly. True that. Touche. Wow, brother, rare to see you at this time. Yeah, they talked me into Alexi, thanks so much for being here. Yeah, they talked me into streaming, so here I am streaming. So let's actually jump into some of the news here. Let's actually jump into where the markets are at, and let's talk about some of that because I didn't talk about it earlier today. So let's jump in right here. As you can see, the cryptocurrency market is down right now about 1.19%. We're down to about 3.14 trillion. Look at the volume coming in here, about 8.17% down on volume. But you can see that things are starting to fall. We're definitely in overpurchase territory for a lot of things. Even Ethereum was well overpurchased. We shorted Ethereum earlier today. We bought. I think my short came in at 2803. I think it was where my short came in at. Solana was well overpurchased as well. I think we scooped in on this one at like 160. I can't remember what it was. What was it, guys? Like 164? No, 172. I can't remember what it was, dude. Whatever, 160 something. I have to go back and look. I'll share my stuff with you. XRP, we obviously shorted. Hedera, we're definitely shorted. So everything that we shorted on this market is coming out really, really nice. But the markets are definitely in the red right here. We probably have a few more time. We'll probably have some. We'll look at the charts and look at the indicators, and we'll see where projections are, how far this could go, and when to actually start preparing for some longs. So that's good to see right here. You can see that the S&P 500, the Dow, and the Nasdaq all fell today. Obviously, this ends a 3-day winning streak right here. A lot of this has to do with just all the stuff that's going on in the world right now. You got Israel and Iran on the cusp of war. You got all the riots that are going on across America. I think a lot of things are kind of weighing in on this. You can see right here, oil prices more than 4%, rise more than 4% on the escalation of the U.S.-Iran tensions, which is obviously also including Israel. So obviously the markets are reacting to that. That's a big factor. I mean, that's an outside factor, but it's definitely something to think about here. Also, you can see right here, this is huge, guys. This came out earlier today. This shows that hedge funds have bought massive amounts of global equities in May, and this is coming from Goldman Sachs. This comes after 4 consecutive months of net selling, which included nearly a record dumping in March for all global equities. It says last week, these funds trading activity saw the largest increase in 2 months, driven by long buys outpacing short sales. So when you see that these companies over the course of years here, this is great news for the market. This is where, like, do not sit on your shorts for too long. Like, these shorts are going to come back. Like, don't get greedy. Like, take your profits. Like, if you're in the shorts, like even me right now, I'm kind of hedging on where I'm going to go, right? We can see right now, XRP is at 224. I mean, this thing is just falling. Where's it going to end? But this is kind of where we're at. But realize that the global markets and the global equity markets are huge right now. They're bouncing back significantly. This is the biggest it's been since 2010, since they started tracking this. 2010, we haven't even got this high. You can see right now that we've reached this market. So when you see companies start to buy equities at this level, just realize that there's something good on the horizon. Is that a rate cut coming next week? Is it, who knows what? Are we in the beginning of a bull market? Whatever it might be. But this is where it's at. It says, additionally, 4 weeks average hedge fund net flow into the U.S. equities hit at their highest since October of 2024. This is a massive reversal from the largest net selling since the 2020 pandemic in April. It says hedge funds are starting to chase the rally, meaning that they are going to be the ones that actually make the rally happen. So something to consider, something to watch out for. Also right here, this is something that I want to put out here. So I think this is like probably one of the biggest changes when it comes to just social media, when it comes to just markets and media, is that you're going to go based off of where people are putting their money. So you can see right here that people are actually betting money on where this is going. So obviously they're hedging money to make a determination. And so I would like put my money where I think, something actually has a high probability of happening. And you can see right here, the probability for the CPA inflation data, they predicted the market expectation to rise 2 rate cuts in 2025. So now we went from 0 rate cuts to potentially 2 rate cuts coming here in 2025. And the probability has skyrocketed since that. So you can see right here, people went from like down at like 1 rate cut to 0 rate cuts all the way up to 2 rate cuts. So there's a pretty big high probability here. You can see right here that the 2025 Fed rate cut, it says 0 cuts to 20%, 1 is 24, 2 rate cuts is actually now a 27% rate cut. Dude, that's huge. So just think about that coming into next week. Really, really big. On top of that, last but not least right here, the U.S. Senate votes to advance the Genius Act. So this is great from a crypto standpoint. You'd think that hearing this today would make the markets go up. But again, indicators are telling us that the markets are going to go down. So that's kind of what we're playing for right now. Another big one coming here, PayPal announces plans to bring its stablecoin to the Stellar network. Obviously, we're big holders of XLM. This is fantastic. This is going to bring a lot of liquidity over to XLM. They're going to be able to wrap the PayPal stablecoin in XLM, and it's just going to increase the value of XLM. So that's awesome to see here. Also, last but not least here that I'm going to talk about from a news standpoint is Scott comes out, you got Scott Bessent comes out and talks about stablecoins hitting a $2 trillion market cap, hopefully by the end of this year. Stablecoins are the play of the day. They are the play. Obviously, we can't, bet on stablecoins. We can't, own stablecoins, but I've just realized the stablecoin market is going to get bigger and bigger and bigger. So, hey, bro, I shorted XRP in my first time doing any crypto shorting and made $250. Damn, bro. Get it, man. Hell yeah. Love it. Love it, dude. Bought 40K. What'd you buy 40K of? Wow, brother. Yeah, that's pretty awesome, dude. 40K. I remember when XRP was just running daily and Austin would host late night streams. Damn, I missed the XRP was 3+. I thought we were going to hit $4. Yeah, that was pretty crazy, huh, Andrew? That was good times. I had good times. I should probably do some more late night streams. I miss late night streams. Late night streams are fun, dude. They're kind of you just get out there and just do what you do, right? I mean, nothing to it. So I didn't know the PayPal deal was with XLM. Yeah, it's kind of cool, huh? XLM's out there, man. XLM's definitely out there. So let's jump into where we're at right now. So you can see right here, I did put some shorts in. I actually put all these in today, except one. This is the short that I accidentally put in right here. This short right here for a 20x margin. I put $1,000. Oops. Let me go back on that. Sorry. Oh, where did I go? Let me go back to my XRP here. I put a 1,000 margin on this one. This one right now is sitting roughly about 39% up. As you guys know, this one I was actually down almost 100% on Wednesday or on Tuesday. Yesterday I was down pretty good on this one. I purchased it during during the what was it, Monday? It was during Monday. Sorry, it was Monday. I purchased this on Monday and again, didn't have cell service, couldn't get out of it. Anyways, got stuck with it. Now I'm up 398%. I went down from $250 down, almost $300 down, to now plus 414 up, 40% up on the day. These ones right here, which are an ETH purchase. I shorted ETH today at 2,804 for ETH. I'm up plus 60% on that, $85. Nothing too crazy, but still good. And then obviously I shorted Solana at 162.90 on a 50x I'm sitting about $316 up on that one. So that's a pretty good looking one. As you guys know, this XRP one, this HBAR one, I put this one in on Monday as well. I was down over almost 300% on this one. And I just was like, you know what, dude, my estimation liquidation price is it was like 19. I was sitting at whatever, 18, I think is where it was. So I just held on to it. It was $100 in margin. I'm up 125% on that one. And then this one I put in today, this XRP margin right here. I did $200 on margin, 50x, and I'm up roughly about $323. So far today, I mean, just today alone, I'm up almost what? I don't know. Was that 3, 6, 9, 10, almost a little over like $1,200. So pretty good day for the most part. Couldn't be happier for it. So, hey, do you think that the London markets will pump first? It's good to see, man. It's good. It'll be interesting to sort of see. Going in and looking at where we're at right now, you can see that XRP is down to 224.88 or 274.79. This thing went all the way up on this rally to 233. It hung around here, but we could see right here on the daily, right? The daily was kind of beginning to tap out here. So the one thing you got to prepare for here is that we obviously repeat history. So you got to see if this actually bounces off. We actually hit the 80% marker right here. Usually when we hit the 80% marker, we tend to bounce back up, and you can sort of see right here, this is a good example. So unless this breaks over the 80, then you have a clear indicator that this probably could go down and touch the bottom. Eventually, this is going to touch the bottom. Like eventually, this could bounce around here. I mean, if we bounce back up here for another day, we could come back down and touch bottom. We actually want to come down and reset this before, if we have good news coming on Wednesday. We'll just hypothetically say that Wednesday is going to be a good day. Wednesday, we're going to have a rate cut come in here. Maybe it's a 25 basis point, maybe it's a 50 basis point. We're just going to hope that there's a rate cut coming in because Trump somehow talked Powell into doing a rate cut. Okay, so that's what we're going to hope for. What you want is you actually want this to come back down and kind of reset. If this thing comes back down and resets before Wednesday, which again could take, let's see, this was hit down at the bottom on June 6th. We're at June 11th. So that's about a week right there. So we could come back down 14th to, it could take a week but we could do something like this where it takes a week, comes down to the bottom here, and then we have a nice little bounce back, which is what we want. Because that gives us a clear indication that if this hits past this 20 down here, and we go into Wednesday, that's a clear opportunity for a nice long position to bounce back up to the next level here. So what we don't want is for this to stay up here, and then we come to Wednesday and we don't have a rate cut, and then we know for a fact we're going to keep shorting this. So either way, we're going to either short or long this based off of what's going to happen here. But I want this to come down, right? So that means that we're going to continue to short this. This will continue to come down, which means this should come back down. You know, again, there's a nice little fair value gap here at 220, and I'll tell you where this is probably going to go. I'm going to say 217 is kind of like my call, 220 to 217. And the reason where I get this is that we're kind of looking at this little area right here. This is a nice little area that we're looking at here. We can also look at another area, like we can also look at the previous, like this is over the last 2 months right now, is this area's the last 2 months. So we're looking over the last 2 months of history here. So we're saying, okay, when it reaches the top, how far does it go down? If we do like a little hiccup like this, how far do we go down? So really, if we do something like this, where it comes down and touches the 80 and bounces back, we're looking at roughly about a 9% fall from where it peaked out at. So if we say, okay, the peak was 233, that means that we have a 9% fall, roughly a 9% fall, which puts us at right around 212, okay? So you're like, okay, that seems a little excessive, right? The 9% going down to 212. Okay, that's what that said. Okay, let's look at the next line right here. How far did this actually go on this little downfall between here and here? Let's actually measure that. So this little downfall right here was from up here to roughly down here, which was about a 10% fall. So we're going, okay, so 9 to 10% is actually pretty straightforward. And we could do that across this whole board here, you know, where this thing has touched and bounced back, right? We could do it here where it's touched and bounced back. You know, there's some other little areas where it's done it, but I mean, in all reality, it's all about 9%. So now we can sit here and say, okay, I feel secure. And again, this is hypothetical. I'm not saying this is exact science here. This is just indicators telling us based off measurements that this has a chance, and this could take a couple days to get here. But I mean, you know, it could come down to 220 to 217, I think is somewhere in that bar. 217 could be right there. Realize that we're right on the 38, right here, the 0.38 level. This is a really good line right here. You know, this is like a really strong, this actually is a good dip, right? From up here to here is a good dip. When we get down to the 0.5 area, which is right around where this is telling us, this 9%, that's like a pretty far dip in the market in terms of where this is at. So what we don't want is to come back down and go back down to like the 205 area and basically reset this little pump that we have here. We want to create new highs. So, you know, this is kind of where it's going. In all reality, that's kind of where I see it. The 12 hours in the same boat, dude. 12 hours in the same boat. This is where the indicators get really nice because they kind of match up. You got the day chart that's well over purchased, right? It's well over purchased right now. It's just crossing over. It's going to reset. The 12 hours showing it's well over purchased. And the 4 hours actually at the bottom. So the 4 hours is going to probably reset and start to work its way back up, which means that this could actually flirt around this 382 level, right? We could probably fall down in here into like the 23 zone and probably flirt around here. And it might go between like 23 and 24 and then fall down some more when the 4 hour comes back down. So that could bring us down to like the 220 marker here, which is again, the white line that I've had there for quite some time, which is on top of the fair value gap on the 4 hour. So again, that's kind of where I'm at with it. Whether it hits it or not, I don't know, dude. This is kind of where I'm at. So I'm going to hold my shorts until I feel like that this is reset. This is going to come down and reset. Like we saw here, this is going to reset. This is going to reset. This is going to reset unless some like crazy thing happens where we have a massive rally. But we have a week until potentially good news, which is going to be a rate cut. So that's positive. So we know that we have a week to work with. And that this market in the next couple of days could be read based off of margins or based off of charts. Bitcoin, again, look at Bitcoin is well over purchased. It's coming on its way down on the 12 hour. The day chart is also working its way down. So everything in the market's telling us that everything is over purchased. Even Ethereum on the day chart just peaked out up here. And again, this could actually have some room to continue to grow up here. So be careful. This is where I'll probably take profits on Ethereum early because this is just kind of, you know, kind of crazy, but you can see there's a massive support level here at 691, and that's probably where I'll take profits if I can. But the 12 hours coming down hot, dude. 12 hours coming down hot right here at the top of this fair value gap at 645. The 4 hour, again, same with this. We might flatten out up here, but we'll continue a downward trend. So a lot of things like this are well over purchased. 4 hours down, 12 hours working its way down, day charts working its way down. We're going to have a couple red days. It's just we have too many cryptos that are over purchased. The market's over purchased at this point. It's going to cool off. Again, might drop a couple of dollars, might drop however much, but it's going to come down. I don't know how far. Just making projections here. You want Solana to come back down, hit this 382 level, which is about 152. That would be a good dip on this one for the day chart. Around this 382 level here, which is about 152, which would put you about probably what I'm gonna say it's probably a 9% drop. Look at that, dude. Shit, right on the marker, dude. 9% drop. I didn't even do that. I just knew that. That was crazy. 9% drop from the top up here down to here, 9.38. So we're looking at a 9% drop in the market. I mean, everything's kind of telling us that. We could probably look at Bitcoin. Bitcoin probably, if I drew out a Fibonacci on this one, which we probably could real quick, I bet you we find a 9% drop again. Let's just do it from here. Let's just do it from here to here. That's probably, let's do it from here. Still same numbers here. But let's see from where this is at down to here, it's a 9% drop. Dude, look at that, dude. 9% drop, which would put us at 97. That's a little too far, but I mean, Bitcoin's been actually pretty resilient. I'll give it that. But look at that 9% drop. So still, everything's about in the 9% drop margin, dude. Pretty spot on right there. How long do you think XRP will go? I mean, I'm trying to get around the 220 marker, but again, I could be wrong. Don't be greedy. Set your stop loss, dude. I'm ahead right now. I got to come back in here and set my stop losses, guys. I haven't even set stop losses yet. I just been holding this, but before I go to bed tonight, I'm definitely going to put some profit, some margin in here to make profits off this. Like, I'm not going to just like not, piss away my profits. I mean, we have roughly sitting around $1,200 to $1,300 in profits on the table right here. And I'll probably put some in on some, probably on these isolated ones. I probably will just, probably ride them out. But these cross ones up here, which are 50Xs, I'll probably end up selling some of this. We'll see. I'm pretty confident with this going down. The markets are telling us, the indicators are telling us, like I said, unless something crazy happens tomorrow, like, I don't know, Trump comes out and says that they're buying, the government's buying, $550 million in revenue or whatever it is. What the hell? Who's this? Hold on. Got Amazon workers working late, coming up hot on the coming up hot on the patio there. He said he's going to hold his shorts. I'm going to hold my shorts tight, dude. The void bots. That's what I was saying. But the news that may come out always change it. Yeah, you gotta account for that. That's like, that's like, what's the word? It's like you gotta account for it. But I try to trade off indicators only. Like I know that news is there, and like that should be in the back of your head. But the markets are going to do what they're going to do. And yeah, we might have a pump that could liquidate something. So that's you got to prepare for that so you don't get liquidated or you don't lose your profits, because those pumps can happen, right? But eventually they will come back down to the levels of what we're talking about here. So even if we have a rally tomorrow, let's just say that like something crazy happens tomorrow and, XRP gets announced or something, it's going to go back up, it's going to go up to 235, but it will eventually, it's still going to be over purchased on the market. And again, what are we battling? I told you guys this. We're battling AI. We're battling bots that are trading based off of indicators and numbers. And so the bots are going to do what they're going to do here based off that. I mean, they're all reading the same thing here. And so that's what I look at that. But again, that's just me. Billy, thanks so much for becoming a new member of the A team. You're officially now a member of the A team. Appreciate you so much, man. Definitely go join that Discord if you want to talk about longing or shorting the market. Hey, Austin, thank you for tonight. Seems odd watching at this time. Yeah, kind of feels weird streaming at this time. I'll be honest with you. It's midday here in Sydney. It's good to catch you live. Oh, Finn, appreciate you being here, man. Thank you so much, dude. Iran, yeah, avoid the bots. So are you shorting everything till Monday? I'll probably continue to short. Yeah, I mean, the markets are telling us to short. Indicators right now, I mean, we have 250 people in here watching. I just did like 15 minutes of showing you what the indicators are telling us. And I mean, you guys can decide what's best for you guys. But I mean, indicators are telling us that the market's overpurchased. And you can look at previous history of where this goes. I mean, when this comes up, it's going to come down, right? When this comes up, this just double top. Every time this double tops, look at this, dude. Even here, double peaked, came down, double peak, came down. Double peak, came down. Double peak, came down. This on the 12-hour. Double peak, came down. Double peak, coming down. That's on the 12-hour. Let's go on the day chart. Again, day chart, we could be looking at something like this, which is fine. But just go back and look at what happened in this area right here. Let's go from April 9th to April 29th. Let's go back to the 12-hour. What happened on April 9th to April 29th. April 9th to April 29th. All the way back over here. You can see that we had a dip in here. April 9th, even though the day chart showed that we stayed up top, which is fine, we still had the 12-hour come down and reset. And I bet you if I'd measure this, we probably dipped by 9 or 10%. Look at that, dude. 9%, 9.16%. So we know that this dip's going to come down roughly about 9%. I bet you this dip is roughly 9 to 10%. It's 10%, it's 11%. So right there, dude, we already know that this market, when these things reset like this, when the 12-hour starts to reset, we go about down about 9 to 10%. So again, I go back to this, and we know that this 12 hours resetting, the marker came up here around 233. And if we say 9%, that puts us right here at 212. So again, that puts us right at the top of the 0.5, which is not that bad. We hit the 0.5 and we bounce off of it. This is a very, very good level right here. You can see that we've obviously bounced off this nicely a couple times. And so we're going to be playing between the 382 and the 0.5 on a retracement. And if we have a short in right now, we're in profit. So we want to ride this down. Like I said, a safe play is 220. Safe play is 220. And, if you get to the 213, 212, that's a great play. It could take a couple days to get down. It could take 3 or 4 days. I mean, you might have to stomach it and watch these ups and downs. You might have to, go to sleep at night and wake up and see it at 226, 227. You're like, shit, I just lost $150 or $300. But, the goal is to get it down to this level. And right now, indicators are telling us that. This 4 hour is going to bounce back up. We're going to see this bounce come up to the top again. And again, you can see right here from the bottom right here to this flat area is probably about what, a 3%, 4%? Not even that, probably 2%. It's about 4%. Look at that, 5%. So there's a potential for a 5%, climb back up and another fall. But again, it doesn't mean that the 4 hour has to go all the way back up. It could do something like this, where it just goes up halfway, something like this right here, where it goes up halfway and then comes back down pretty hot. So again, just because the 4 hours down here doesn't mean it has to go back up. This 4 hour could stay down here for a couple days, right? This one stayed down here from Wednesday, the May 25th, all the way until Wednesday, May 18th. So we're talking almost 5 days. The 4 hour chart stayed at the bottom. So that's what we want. We actually want the 4 hour to stay at the bottom down here, knowing and anticipating what's going to be coming next week. All we're doing is we're stacking this up to put our longs in at the start of next week. That's the whole goal here. I personally believe XRP will go to nothing once people realize that the demand of liquidity is all XRP is good for, and no big institutions would risk. Teach our own, right? June 17th is Franklin Templeton ETF update, but expected is still. And yeah, we have that next week as well. June 17th is when we actually get some updates on whether spot ETFs move forward or not. For XRP, HBAR, Solana, a lot of those are coming out next week. So pretty cool, right? SEC versus Ripple case updates. They haven't really came out and said a whole lot. How do you get the indicators? What are you talking about, Motive? My indicators that I have? Just there's basic indicators right here, dude. You can copy them right now if you'd like. Late night runs are good for me right now. Working too much during the day. Yeah, I get you on that, dude. Like months ago, late night streams. Yeah, I do. I will. Do you have any videos on using BTCC? I don't have videos using BTCC, but I'm doing it right. I could show you right now how to do it. I mean, it's it's actually very easy to do. Again, you can download the app. The whole goal is to come over here. Obviously you can, it's no KYC, so you can just deposit straight to it. Just go right over here to where it says deposit. And you can actually go straight from a wallet, crypto deposits. You can go right on here and deposit and go from there. The good thing is that if you deposit over $500, I think you get 10% in free trading something. You get a bonus of 10%. So, you can take advantage of that if you're like going to get into it. So no, let's reset this real quick. I hate that it does that. Gosh, sometimes it zooms. Sometimes I get it zoomed in and it like sticks, and I can't get it back. Super frustrating. Let's see here. I have considered making videos on BTC, but I learned from Austin, so it doesn't feel right to make content of what I do. Whatever you want, man. It's do what you want, man. Trust me, bro. It's all good, dude. Learn from whatever. We all learn from someone, and make videos on it, man. If you feel comfortable making videos on it, make videos, man. I think it's important to do that kind of stuff. So yeah, do you, boo? As Kevin Hart would say, do you, boo boo? GBA team focused a lot on XRP. Austin never said it was special. Yeah, I just bought. I mean, I think it has value, has a good chance to do good things, and so far it has. I mean, I've been accumulating at 30 cents, and it's up to $2.25. That's a pretty damn good return, if you ask me. Do you boo is a new one. I said do you boo boo all the time. Maybe I just haven't said it in a while. Do you boo boo? Austin, why did you gloss over my comment? What did you didn't I answer, bud? All crypto went up doesn't mean XRP is special. Oh yeah, no, I didn't gloss over it. I mean, to each your own, bud. I mean, I'm just trying to have constructive conversation. Yeah, no, feel free, dude. Teach your own on it, right? Some people like XRP, some people don't. Some people like HBAR, some people don't. Some people love Bitcoin, a lot of people don't. A lot of people hate Bitcoin. People love XRP. That's what's great about crypto is that you find what works for you. The reason why I stick with XRP is because it's such it honestly is one of the easiest charts to trade. I've said this multiple times throughout the last months is that it's one of the easiest charts to track and trade. I'll be honest with you, dude. And I think everyone that's been following this channel has realized that it's actually a really easy chart to buy and trade. Same with HBAR. HBAR is a pretty good chart to buy and trade as well. Sometimes there's some hiccups here and there, but I mean, for the most part, very easy charts. And so when you look over something for so long and you follow the trends, you follow what's going on, the news, everything like that, it just becomes easy. So it becomes like second nature to talk about. So that's really what it comes down to, man. Yeah, and I think you should play devil's advocate. It's okay. I don't hold anything against that. We got a lot of people in the chat. We got a lot of people on the A team that play devil's advocate, dude. Keep doing it, man. It's all good. Hold everyone, everyone should hold someone accountable in some degree. I love any crypto that makes money. I'm with you, dude. Did you see the Flares news? Liquid staking XRP. People have to sell it. You'll be able to stake and make positive income. Oh, yeah, I did hear about that, Frigid. I did hear about that. Yeah, but I've been, CGB, I've been holding XRP for 3+ years. Like I said, my average is 30 cents, 32 cents. And, I held it for quite a long time. I'm gonna be honest with you, dude. I mean, but I mean, I 10x'd it to this year. I didn't sell it. I should have, but I didn't, I didn't even plug in my ledger to sell it. I just kept it. But, yeah, I mean, I told myself at $3 I was gonna sell it at a 10x. It would be my 10x. But then, I figured after seeing the SEC and everything and the potential for where it could go, I just said, I'm just going to hold it, man. So it's my third largest bag outside BTC and Ethereum. So, yeah, I'll just keep holding it, dude. XRP is the easiest asset of the last 10 years, just DCA for the 10-year. No one has gone broke unless you can't handle your own financial situations. I mean, everyone should be even now, even people that were down. My buddy bought it 7 years ago and, he's up, he's been up. He actually bought like $10,000 worth at like $3 and some odd cents 7 years ago. And he ended up selling all his XRP when we hit 350 or whatever it was. He ended up selling all of it and he came right back in when this thing dipped back down to like well below 2, it was like 175, or he hit me back up and said he bought all XRP back at 175. And so he's in the profits now. He took all his money. He waited 7 years, cashed out, came back and bought it at 175, and now he's still up in the positive. So like kudos to people who did that. You know what I mean? 33 cents, screw you. 32 cents. 32 cents. Oh, you're saying you're at 33 cents? Oh, yeah, no, my average is like 30. It might be 33. It's like 32 something. I didn't do like the exact math, but it's somewhere in that ballpark. A lot of fun stuff coming, like great things with Ondo, man. So tokenization is the future. I'm going to be honest with you guys. So tokenizing real world assets is the future. I told you guys I spoke with a company out of San Francisco. Hopefully Pure Wallet works out a deal with them. I think it's going to be fantastic. And that's really what their whole goal is to be able to provide a platform and convert real world assets and use it on different blockchains. That is the future, dude. And XRP, HBAR, all these companies out here are going to do that, right? Ondo wants to be the third party that brings product to the XRPL. Companies out there want to bring their product to Hedera, whatever it might be. That's the goal. So find those companies and stick with it because that's what you want. Fast learners buy cheap, take the life lessons and be better. Yeah. I finally got my BTC set up to use XRP. It's effing fast, and it was basically free to transfer from Coinbase to BTC. Oh shit. Okay, so you did figure it out. Okay, I know Andrew sent his to XRP. You got to make sure that you send. I think he said you have to send what 20. 20 XRP. So basically you send like, just send like $50 of XRP over, like $50 worth over, I think is what it was. Travis, what's up, bud? Yo, Austin on the late. Hit that like button. Appreciate you, my guy. Minus 63, still profit big time. Yeah, hell yeah, Lexi. That's the way to do it. That's the way to do it. Yeah, we're coming down again. You can see right now that we're coming down. Let's go to the perpetuals. Yeah, we're coming down right now. 224,876. Or so yeah, we're up about 161% right now on that short. We got the other one coming in right here. Yeah, up 41 on that one. I mean, Solana's coming down. I'm almost 100% up on my short right here for Solana. That's the closest I've been. It's down to roughly, it's about 60. So we got a little lower than that, actually. I think I was over $300 at one point. So Solana's coming back. So got to prepare for that. ETH is sitting around 126%, almost 100% up on that one too. That's pretty good. So I'll probably close out. I mean, I might close out my Solana and Ethereum shorts tonight. I'll probably keep my XRP perpetual going. We'll see what happens there. But let's go over to, those are all off of isolated, by the way. And then if we go over to the cross side of it, yeah, we're sitting pretty good as well over here. So we'll continue to monitor it. 224,729. I did buy some XRPL stocks on Fidelity. Oh, nice, dude. You think Pepe is hitting the 45, got that limit selling? I haven't even looked at Pepe, dude. Yeah, with Ethereum coming down, I mean, if Ethereum's coming down, Pepe's coming down. I've always said that, and it's coming down pretty hot. Where is it at right now? It's coming down pretty hot right now. Where is it? What's it down? About roughly 10%. Yeah, down about almost a little about 10%. So, yeah, I mean, you're thinking it's going to come down to what number did you say? 450? Bro, that's down here. You think it's going to, I don't know if it's going to pass that. I mean, you got some pretty big fair value gaps right here on it's definitely going to come down. The 12 hours telling us we're coming down. The day chart's probably telling us we're coming. That's still working its way. Well, that doesn't mean it's going to go all the way back up here and try to get to the top here for the day. 12 hours definitely overpurchased or overpurchased. 4 hour could make its way back. Hours probably coming down. Yeah, it's probably going to stay at the bottom. Yeah, I don't know. Pepe's a long shot. It's hard with those ones, Those are all emotional trades. So, HBAR, we're kind of sitting here looking like where we're going to go with this one. You can see we definitely came back up, hit this 0.5, came back down. We'll probably come back down to the 618, which is, again, probably roughly 9%. About 10%. Okay, so about 9 to 10%. Could come back down, which would put us about 16.5. The day chart is definitely over purchase, going to come down. It's probably going to reset. It could do something like this, but that could take a couple days. The 12 hours, I think, working its way down as well. Yep, it's working its way down. So we've already crossed over the 80% threshold. We probably are on our way down. 4 hours probably at the bottom already. So we'll stay down at the bottom, something like we see right here. Yeah, I think I'm going to probably stay in my shorts, dude. I hope it all goes to zero. Hey, Dave, let's just take a deep breath, Dave. Okay? Deep breath today. Can you take a look at Bonk? What's up, El Jefe? Yeah, I could do that. Honestly, people have been criticizing Bitcoin for years, and it keeps going up. It's the best return, biggest bang for your buck. Yeah, Flair's doing well. Great to see you online again, Austin. I'm out, man. Morning comes quick. Hey, B. Miller, appreciate you, my guy. Thank you for being here. Hope all is well. The minimum requirement to transfer BTC for XRP is 10 XRP. Okay, which adequate? Yeah, so $25. It's not bad. Talking about Bitcoin, honestly, crypto in general. Yeah, Austin, if you had $1,000 to put into crypto, which would you put it in, or hold, or drop in the market? Jeffrey, I mean, there's so many, dude. I mean, if you're new to crypto, like I said, if you don't own Bitcoin, that's kind of crazy to me. There's so many cryptos out here to hold. Yeah, I mean, obviously Bitcoin's a big one. I think you should hold something like that. Again, these top 10 cryptos, I don't think you're going to fail. Top 20 cryptos, you're probably not going to fail. I put a lot of money into HBAR as of late, just because I feel like the return could be big. They're on the verge of a potential ETF, which would be ginormous for it. I mean, that could put us back in the 20-cent mark. XRP, and when the XRP ETF drops, that's definitely going to probably put us back in the $3 mark. Dude, a lot of things, dude. You could do a lot of things. If I had $1,000 right now, what would I do with it? Yeah, I'd probably put it in some play like that. Honestly, no one is trying to convert people to buy crypto anymore. We are here to make money and don't care what people think. If you like it, buy it. If you don't, who cares? Yeah, that's really what it comes down to, dude. We'll talk about meme coins. We'll talk about Bonk. Like we'll talk about Bonk. We'll talk about other meme coins. If there's a chance to make money, I think it's important that you talk about it. And and there's things like people in here like Zbeck. I don't even know what it is, but people in here are killing it off Zbeck. People are making in the Discord. They love Cookie Protocol. I don't even follow Cookie Protocol, but hey, man, if you're making money and you're talking about it and people are making money off it, shout out to those people. I don't purchase it, I don't buy it, I don't trade it, but that doesn't mean that other people can't. So yeah, find what works for you, dude, and just follow it and just do you. You know what I mean? Discord having trouble. I attached my YouTube, and I'm a paid member for 4 months. Now I can see anything but socials. Please help, Amanda. Yes. So what you want to do is if you're signed in and attached, go right here where it says it says start here. Go down where it says rules. You're going to click the little check mark right here where it says rules. Make sure you hit that check mark and then go down and say choose where it says choose. And then you'll be able to click any of these emojis right here. And then when you click those emojis, all the channels will show up here and you'll be able to enter into these chat rooms. So that's the best way. So if you've attached the one that you purchased, then you're golden. You just need to click that you agree to the rules, basically the terms and conditions, like, hey, we're just here to have fun. And then choose which chat rooms you want to be in, and they'll all pop up. So hopefully that helps. Maybe that will fix it. Leave Discord and come back. And that's another way too. Yeah, leave it and come back. You could try that as well. Let me jump into, I told the guy I was going to do Bonk right here. I think I have Bonk up here. I haven't looked at Bonk for a minute, dude. I don't even know if I have it on here. Oof. Where are you, Bonk? Oh, right here. I do have it on here. Look at that. Look at that, guys. So yeah, 4 hours coming down. It's very similar. Solana's down. This is going to obviously come down, fall as well. The 4 hours, the 12 hours working its way down. This has a lot of room. This already passed over the 80%. It could do something like this, but it's going to eventually come down. So you could, like I said, don't take these little dips for granted because it could bounce back up and do something like this where you have another massive. This will be like where you get liquidated because you hold on to your short too long and it bounces back up, right? So be prepared. Make sure that you fully commit because you want it to come down at least. But you can never predict those. So right now, that's what it's looking like. It's looking, the 4 hours definitely overpurchased. The day chart is probably overpurchased. It's probably going to be coming down here. Yep, it is. So yeah, if we're saying that the market's going to come down roughly 9 to 10%, it's probably not going to come based off that. But this is a meme coin, so it's a lot harder to say. On their dips, on these dips, they come down pretty hot. So these dips actually come down pretty, dude, like that's actually a pretty easy read right there. Let's look. This will probably 26%. I'd assume this is probably 26%, 28%, 29%. This dip right here was probably massive, 34%. So we'll just say, what was this dip from here to here? About 22%. So we know that when this thing peaks out here on the 12-hour and comes down, we are pretty far. So this one peaked, came down, bounced up. That was a 20%, right? Did I say 20%? 30%. When this thing comes down right here, last time it peaked out the 12-hour right here, we came down. So let's just say this was roughly about 25%. Gosh, dang. Every time this hits the top up here, it comes down. This one's a little bit more accurate right here. So let's see. This one came down about almost 20%. Holy shit. Yeah. So, dude, I don't think it's, that's pretty crazy if it hits 20%, but dude, you're probably on a 20% decline, bro. You're probably down to 401462. Yeah, that's probably where it's at. That's a pretty far dip, but that's what the chart's telling us based off where we're at right now. It might not go a full 20, but it's definitely on its way down. Austin, I was laughing at myself yesterday because I could not find anything in Discord. I'm old. I'm sorry, AirSent. I'm sorry, dude. Did you click on everything now? So, boss, just got done doing some OT, and see you're doing late night. Sweet. Don't forget to not miss the celestial event tonight with the moon. Oh, is there an event with the moon? I didn't know that. That's pretty badass. It's supposed to be a full. I think it's like a full moon tonight. Isn't it like a full moon tonight? I need HBAR to come down to 16. Damn, bro. People cry. I don't know. Could see how low could HBAR go. Yeah, let's take a look at HBAR. You know, again, these are projections. I'm not 100% certain with these, right? These are just, I'm just throwing things, just taking what the indicators are telling us and then trying to measure it based off of what other 12-hour windows have showed us. So last time we peaked out up here, we peaked out on the 12-hour, we came down roughly 16%, right? And last 12-hour, we came up and came down, hit the bottom. We came down roughly 18%, 19%. Last time it came up and hit the 12-hour, which is right here, we came down. This one probably is going to come down a lot hotter. This came down about 20%. So we're looking at 18 to 20% when the 12-hour actually reaches its peak. So 12%. Let's see, when this one reached its peak, this one actually didn't go down as far. This one went down roughly almost 14%. This one right here, when it peaked out. So anytime the 12-hour peaks out, we do have a pretty good decline if this actually continues down. So I'm just saying, I mean, and it doesn't mean that like we're on this decline forever. It just means that in the next, 5 days, we could be on a decline to reset the market. So yeah, I mean, shit, if that puts us at, what did I say, 20, that's a lot, dude. I don't know if it's going to, what did that put us at? This last time this peaked out up here, we came down 18%. Okay, so where are we at right now is 18%. That's a lot. 18% is a lot. I mean, I don't see us coming down to 14.8. I mean, jeez, dude, if it does, that's kind of crazy. Let's see, 15%, 15.5. I mean, that just seems crazy to me. I mean, I wouldn't probably. I mean, if it does write down like that, that's a pretty good good decline. I would hopefully it hits the 618 right here. It does a really good job at 16.5. You can see we've hit it here a couple times. So I probably wouldn't be shocked if it comes down to like 16.5, which is probably a nice healthy 9%, 10%. Yeah. And I'm hoping that we hit a 10%, nothing more, so we can take the next leg up. We want the next leg up. We don't want to keep have a correction again and have to work our way out of the correction. We really, I mean, for a healthy climb, we want to come down, reset, not create a new low right here, and then build back out of it. That's really what we want. So a 10% correction from where we're at from the top of this, which again, we shorted from the top of this, guys, down here at this 10% mark. That's a fantastic return. So, I mean, technically you should be like, hey, I might start thinking about putting my longs in at like 16.4, 16.5. Apecoin looking like Cardano. Wait, hold on. Full moon, doesn't XRP usually pump? I don't know. I don't think it's going to be a full moon. 5 years now, still beating inflation. How do you get the second graph below the main chart? Oh, it's just the RSI. It's called your RSI. And there's other indicators you can use. So just go to your, it's right here. It's called your STOSH, ASR. Or STOSH. You can say STOSH. STOSH RSI. STOSH. But yeah, just your RSI right there. And then you could, like other people, like there's another person, you could use your the MACD right here, which is another average you can look out on. So there's a lot of different ways you can use your indicator. Selmofa, what's up, buddy? Appreciate you being here. Thanks a whole lot, big dog. Hey, no problem, man. Yeah. Let's see here. I'm in since the bottom. All right. What are the mods? Where are the mods tonight? We just had a mod pop up. So use to read percentages drops. That's interesting. I mean, I just look at, it's just a trend, right? So your whole goal is to find trends in the market. And then when you find a trend in the market, how does that trend work? And how can you use that trend to be used in your favor? And we just know, we know, and again, your goal is to not get liquidated, right? If we're going to put margin calls in, like, let's try not to get liquidated. So like, obviously if you put a 50x in, like the chances are you can get liquidated on just any pump. So putting like a 20x in or a 10x in is a lot healthier because, we know that this could come back tomorrow. We could actually have a bounce back on this tomorrow. Let's just take this. This is HBAR. We can have a bounce back tomorrow. This come right back up to 18.3 again. It could reach the top back up here. But we do know eventually this is going to come down. Like we do know, even if this pumps like we see right here, which again, this comes down like this. See that? Well, I'll zoom in on this real quick. Let me zoom in. Let me zoom in on this one so you guys see what I'm talking about. You can see right here, this thing went up and then came down just a little bit past, went down to the 76 on the RSI. This one just passed that. So, I mean, this could do something like this, right? Where tomorrow we wake up and this thing went back up freaking, 10%, 15%. I mean, that could very well be something that we see, right? I mean, we could wake up and this thing goes back up 15%. And now we're sitting up here in the 19, the 19.4s the next 2 days. I mean, that's very well could happen. So that's why I said, make sure you set, if you're up in profits, like you got to set it, dude. Like you got to set before you go to bed, you have to set your profits because you just don't know what tonight brings. But your goal, we do know that eventually this is going to come back down and reset. It always resets at some point, just a matter of when, right? You're trying to catch that. That's what we're trying to do here. That whole saying, time in the market beats timing the market. Well, when it comes to margin trading, timing the market is the most important thing, right? And then time in the market helps you get to being able to time the market. And so even for me, dude, I jumped the gun on this. I told you guys I might have jumped the gun a little bit on my XRP and my HBAR, which I did. I jumped it by literally 36 hours. I jumped the gun. But I did say that when this was coming down, I did say we could do something like this, and that's exactly what happened. It did exactly this when we were on, and I was saying it could do this double top that we kept seeing here. I was like, this was like what, Friday or Thursday of last week or whatever it was, and I said it could very well do this, and that's exactly what it did. It hit this double top again. But every double top we see here, boom, 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 we reset right after it. So I mean, like confidently, you're like, okay, that's showing pretty good. That's a pretty good indicator. Almost 3 months of double topping on the RSI, and we come down and reset. So I'm feeling pretty confident that we're going to come down and reset. We're hitting 223 right now, dude. Look at this, 223.91, dude. Our shorts are coming in hot right now. 223.87. This is coming down, dude. 223.89. Gosh, damn. So we do know 220 is like our target. At least that's my target. So yeah, our XRP right now, we're up about $352 on today's short. This is today's short. I started shorting this at 232 is when I shorted it today. It's down to 224.25 on the cross. But if I go over to the perpetual pro side of it, it's a little bit different. You can see my XRP is now at 486. So I'm up $486 down to 238 was where that's liquidity. Sorry. I'm at 224.03 right now. So, and I bought that at 229. I jumped the gun. I told you guys I jumped the gun by 3 cents. 29, 31, 30, 31, 32, 30. I jumped it by 4 cents, dude. I jumped it by 4 cents buying it on that Monday afternoon that I accidentally put that I thought I was going to hit 30, right? And it didn't. It hit 33. So I missed it by 3 cents. And again, I jumped the gun a little bit. The RSI, the one day wasn't quite to the 80. So, again, I jumped it, but I held strong on it. I didn't think it was going to hit 238. So I held strong. I didn't add any to margin. And here we are. So. Austin, did you look at XRP plus Ondo tokenization? Yeah, that's huge. I was just talking about that, Andrew. That's the next big thing, dude. Real world assets purchasing, real world assets being put onto the ledgers, put onto XRPL, put onto the hash graph, all that kind of stuff. That's the next big thing. So, but yeah, you can see the fight right now to keep it at 24. It's going between 23 and 24. There's definitely some pretty big buys and sells right now. So this will be interesting to watch how this plays out. It's filling up this fair value gap at 220. Just reached the top of the fair value gap on the 12-hour, which again is right below the 382. Like I said, 20, 20, 220 right here is where I have the line. And, that's right at the very bottom of this fair value gap. But again, I wouldn't be shocked if we get down to this 0.5 based off of everything we just talked about. BTC seems to be taking a shit. Everything's coming down, dude. Everything's over. The whole market's over purchased right now. We've been preparing this. We've been preparing for this on the channel since Sunday. Sunday was like the pump, and then Monday came in, and I was saying like, hey, be prepared, be prepared. Like I said, I jumped the gun about good 48 hours before I should have jumped the gun, but nonetheless, I doubled down, and here I am. So, BTC, just short the rest of the year. No, don't do that. You gotta buy some silver. Up 30% short since you mentioned it on stream. Oh shit. Oh, since I've been talking about today, you're up 30%. God damn, bro. Yeah, that's killing it, dude. Since I started my stream, almost an hour ago, you're up 30%. Dude, that's filthy. Thank you so much for teaching us about this. I've learned a lot in the last few weeks. Oh yeah, Kyle, dude. I mean, that's the whole goal for us to It's part of the A team, man. Let's just come together, make money. I can't sit here and say that I always make the perfect call, because I definitely don't always make the perfect call. Like I said, I mean, 48 hours ago, I had a guy on the stream 48 hours ago, literally told me I was a dumbass and that I took too big of a loss because I was down $200. But if that dumbass came back up here, I would show him that same play that I was down $200, I'm now up $509. So yeah, I might have jumped the gun a little bit, but patience will beat anything at the end of the day here. So I knew that I knew the indicators were telling us it was time to short. It was just a matter of the patience to get to when we peaked. That's what it came down to. So I know you guys know what guy I was talking about. He came in and like, I'm unsubscribing, or I don't know what he said. He said something stupid. What's up, Mimis? Saturday life will life changing. Lars, what are you talking about? Too many people in XRP that should not be. Their risk tolerance is way too low. Well, people have a hard time holding the bag, right? I mean, that's the hard part here, is the patience to actually hold the bag. We've lost that. 2022 was when we lost. When everyone just did not hold anymore, people would just start selling. What the whole, you're being a Jeet, which I freaking hate that word, but that's kind of what everyone became, was Jeets, right? They Jeeted their bags. That's why meme coins are so hard to take off right now, because people just don't hold the meme coins like they used to. I just bought more XRP. Full moon. Damn, bro. Billy. Member for 5 months. Tony, thanks so much for being a member for 5 months, dude. Warn people about the scam that happened today. Oh yeah, Tony, I actually pulled that up here, dude. So be careful right here, guys. So Pure Wallet happened. There's a phishing scam right now. What happened was there was someone, there's another account out there called Pure Wallet. Let me type in Pure Wallet here, and they're a fake account. Right here. That's not it. Let me zoom out. It's called Pure Wallet Support. This right here is a scam, guys. This right here is an absolute scam. They haven't even posted anything, but this is what happened. Someone you actually reached out to them through this messaging, thinking that they were going to support them. And unfortunately, that person gave them too much information. Please never give your seed phrase to anyone. You know what I mean? Like, just don't ever do that, please. That is like something you never, if anyone asks you for a seed phrase, stop talking to them. Like, even if I ask you for a seed phrase, which I never will, but if I'm like, hey, give me your seed phrase, just give me the middle finger, because like, you should never give up a seed phrase. But anyways, they reached out to them. They transferred money over there. They accidentally sent Bitcoin to the Ethereum wallet. It was like $25. And they actually had $10,000 in XRP over there. And hopefully, again, this isn't to bash the person. This is just to give you guys, like, this is a learning experience for a lot of people here. And unfortunately, this is an expensive learning experience. But he had 10,000 XRP over there. Everything's fine. Transferred over. Everything worked. He ended up transferring over Bitcoin, but he sent it to his Ethereum wallet versus his Bitcoin wallet. And when he sent it to his Bitcoin wallet, he realized, oh crap, I sent it to my Ethereum wallet, not my Bitcoin wallet. So he reached out to the Pure Wallet team, and the Pure Wallet team said, hey, if we are offline, because they've been offline since Bitcoin, just getting back into things from the Bitcoin conference, it said, if you have urgent needs, contact us at, and it was at Pure Wallet, at the main Pure Wallet page, right? At Pure Wallet Plus. But he ended up typing in Pure Wallet, and he went to Pure Wallet Support, and he messaged the person on Pure Wallet Support. That person put him through some crazy tasks, and then ended up asking, saying, hey, I can recover this. Give me your seed phrase. And he ended up giving the seed phrase to his wallet, and they cleaned out his wallet. So realize that these people right here, go flag these people as fake. I should probably do that right now. Report for, let's go, impersonation, pretending to be. I don't even want to do this right now because this will take forever. But go report it, dude, if you can. I'll report it when I get off the call here. But yeah, just go do that. But that's why I don't want to put that out there. I hear your Discord channel is fire. Discord's great, Phil, dude. I mean, we've been making some really good plays on. I mean, our margin trades have been great. I'm still waiting on my 2 BTC, Austin. Austin, I've been watching your channel since October 24, and I bought the dip at 50 cents. You're the man, my dude. Damn, that's awesome, Phil. That puts a big smile on my face. Appreciate you, man. What's up with all this full moon and XRP talk time? I don't know. I think I said that I thought a full moon was tonight. Yeah, this crypto space is full of people just trying to steal from you. So just never give your seed phrase to anyone. Please never give your seed phrase. Even Fan doesn't know any of my seed phrases. When I die, she'll know them. She'll be able to access them when I die. But even she doesn't know them, dude. Not saying I don't trust her. I'm just saying that like, even she doesn't know him, and she doesn't even care to know him. You know what I mean? She's like, I don't care. So it's a strawberry moon. Oh, interesting. Like strawberry wine. 17. I know you guys know that song. Come on. I got a bag and I swing trade. I always be making profits, so I don't have necessarily planned to sell. Yeah, that's the thing is that we know we've accumulated large bags, and now we just sit back and we day trade. Sometimes we win, sometimes we lose. Hopefully you have more wins than losses. I always say that. Make sure you track your wins versus losses. And at the end of the day, if you're tracking to make more wins than losses, you're in the green, dude. That's all that matters. What if I forgot my phrase? Then you're toast, Jeffrey. You better go on your wallet right now and write those down. Do you hear about the Bitcoin family that printed theirs on metal? Yeah, they have those out there. Banks on 4 separate continents. Yeah, but banks aren't always secure either, dude. I don't think those banks are as secure as people think they are. That's just my personal opinion. When do you see the bull run ending? October 2025. I think that's when we're gonna probably see the top of the market. My wife, the same. She don't have shit about my phrases. Yeah, she'll get them when you pass away, right? That's how I look at it. Oh man, is Coinbase frozen on their numbers here? It hasn't moved. There it goes. I was like, gosh, dude, Coinbase like frozen right now for their pricing. The hour chart's probably trying to work its way back up. It's been down here. It's been down here it's been down here all day today. So we'll see if this gets a leg up. It could get a leg up, but overall, I think we're gonna probably break down. Coinbase has been having maintenance. Oh, Coinbase has some issues. Okay. Will everyone ever use crypto daily like credit cards get hacked? They give your money back. Will that ever happen? Yeah. There's a way to recover that stuff. Yeah, I think that there's going to be some ways. I think they're going to create ways for that to happen. Yeah, Alex, I do eventually. I mean, Pure Wallet's on track. I mean, dude, you can transfer money offline and it's just like trading cash for cash. Can you get your recovery phrase or does it depend on exchanges? Well, exchanges don't have have phrases. They just have like your email and you can like log in. So like exchanges are like that. But when it comes to your non-custodial wallets, like those are where you have recovery phrases, and those are where you need to write down, because if you lose it, it's gone for good. All I know is after 5 years of using Coinbase, this time I made a deposit to switch over to BTCC and they held my money for a week. BTCC held your money for a week or Coinbase held your money for a week, bro? Damn. That would be interesting. Someone, you have heard anything about this? Just a thought. Ripple just needs to hurry up and buy Uphold. Uphold's been, dude. Uphold, man. You know me with Uphold. I'll leave it at that. Ledger's the best way to recover a lost phrase. They offer a service. You have to buy the ledger. You have to opt into a ledger that allows you to do that. And they got a lot of hate and flack for that. I even gave them flack for it because thankfully my I have an older generation to where that's not on there. But yeah, they opened up the door to allow that stuff to happen. And so that's not, I mean, technically that's not true decentralization if someone can recover it, for you like that. So they got a lot of flack for that, but I think that's kind of subsided and you can opt into it. So thoughts on Peter Schiff? I'm not, I mean, hey, you could say, he's just a Debbie Downer when it comes to Bitcoin. That's all. If you want negative news in your life, you just go read Peter Schiff. You don't know when it's gonna pop. Shut the hell up already. Okay, Thanks, Dave. I didn't realize we had 2 Daves in the house tonight. Well, I sure as hell know when it's going to short. I'll tell you that. Where's a good place or wallet to connect my checking account to so I can transfer directly to BTC instead of using my Coinbase? So the best thing you should do, AirSent, is the best thing you should do, dude, is you should just take Ethereum or USDT or like Andrew B just said, like get XRP and then go over here to where it says deposit and then just deposit straight from crypto. So like just go crypto to crypto versus wallet to wallet. So like all you need is just the address and then you just go to your Coinbase, put the address in there and transfer the money over there and it'll say pending down here. I don't connect my account. So like, you know, if I want to trade like USDT or you could do Ethereum. I think he said you could do XRP. So I think XRP is one of them as well, right? You just got to make sure you do more than $25 and you got to make sure that you follow the rules here, you know, with confirming things. I just use USDT because or Ethereum, but you trade in USDT over here. So I just kind of stay with USDT, but you can actually transfer straight from your wallet. So you go to USDT, go Ethereum, and then go over here, say copy, and then go over to your Coinbase account and say send, and then use this address to send it over. That's the easiest way I found. And it keeps your KYC to where they don't know who you are, right? So I don't want a KYC on BTCC, so I don't connect any account. I just trade through MetaMask or from exchange to exchange. But I mean, you know, that's kind of what it is. If you use XRP, make sure to include the memo or you will lose it. Yeah, so that's what happened to Andrew. Andrew transferred over, I think, or you might have used the memo actually, but I know you didn't transfer enough. So that's what it was. Lexi, yes. A-Team, what's up? Yeah, I don't know if you're heading out. When Bonk hit an all-time high, I have no idea what that one, dude. Finally up to 237 XR. Nice, dude. No, you're good, Andrew. Yeah, you're good. So we're starting to see, so HBAR is coming down, dude. 17,005. XRP is back to 2471. So HBAR is coming down. Let's actually take a look at that. So HBAR is coming down. Yeah, XRP is back to 24. Let's go back to perpetuals here. Oops. Yeah, HBAR is down to current price is actually, it's kind of weird. Why is it saying current price is that? Let's go to HBAR. Saying current price is 17133. Over here it's saying 17,050. This is on Coin or Binance. So yeah, interesting. So it's a little bit behind, but eventually it's going to catch up. So 17,0 whatever it's going to be. So yeah, we'll see what happens here. It's coming down though. 160, almost up 167%. That's pretty good. XRP trying to get back to that 225 marker. It's getting there, trying to work its way back up. Okay, I have used Coinbase to connect transfer funds from my checking account to Coinbase and then XRP to BTC, but I don't want to use them no more. Yeah, so your best way to do it, like honestly, is to just do like what I said, like just disconnect your Coinbase from BTCC, don't use them anymore, and then just like when you're in Coinbase, just transfer. It takes like 10 minutes to do the transfer from an exchange to an exchange. That's the best way to do it, dude. Oh yeah, Peter Schiff still he did a good job at the Bitcoin conference. I was listening to him there. Yeah, he did a good job. I just started the Discord, but I could not figure anything out. I didn't see anything. I was just thinking, oh, did you end up clicking on those little emojis? I'm 50 years old. I just use Facebook. I'm going to watch a YouTube video in the morning on Discord. Dude, the best thing you can do is get into the Discord, attach your YouTube channel to it, and then just come over here where it says start here. Just go to the rules section, click the little check mark right here, and then go down to choose, and you can click on each category here. Like click on the smiley face right here, so get you into the crypto category, which is where we all talk. And that's all you got to do, Aircent. Yeah, make sure your YouTube's connected. Yeah, definitely make sure that's connected. And all you got to do for that is just to go up to, well, I haven't done it in a minute. So I think you go to settings right here and then just go down to subscriptions. Or actually, tell you the truth, I think you go down to, ooh, I haven't done this in a minute. Connections, right there, connections, and then just go down here where it says profile, and then you'll connect it to you'll connect your YouTube right here where it says connections. Connect your YouTube channel. Make sure it's the one that you actually purchased your subscription on or your membership on. And then, like I said, once you get all that done, then you go over. It'll pop up into here. You go over and you do the whole rules. Like I said, you start with the rules and everything like that. So hopefully that helps. Okay, I did not connect my YouTube. Yes, definitely connect YouTube to it. Go to connections, like I showed you. Go down to the little. You'll have your. Let me get your comment out of the way. But go down. I'll zoom in a little bit. Let me zoom in real quick. I don't know. I tell you the truth, I don't even know if I can zoom into. There we go. Maybe this will help. That doesn't really help at all either. Damn. Well, right here at the bottom, there's a little gear right here. Click on the gear. Go to connections. Connect to YouTube, and then go into like I told you. So that should be good. I used to think he was too, but I was just lying to myself. He's just a Debbie. Like I said, he's just a Debbie Downer. That's all. Nothing bad. I mean, sometimes he's right. Most of the time he's wrong. But I mean, yeah, it's all good. What's up, Meredith? I think he's just surprised Bitcoin has lasted so long. I mean, it's been killing it, dude. All right, Evan. I'll see you later, buddy. Thoughts on Quant? I mean, Quant's good, dude. I don't trade it daily. I don't hold any. I think it's good. It's good. It's doing what it's supposed to do. But I mean, it's just not something I put money in. We have a lot of people here that actually like Quant. It's actually doing pretty good right now. It's probably time to short it. Just kidding. The 1 hour's up, 4 hours down, 12 hours coming down. So I mean, that's pretty crazy to see the 12-hour coming down. What's a day like? I mean, that's kind of a wild chart. How are we on the green? It must have like started down here today. It's kind of weird. It's kind of wonky. That is kind of wonky, dude. But this will come down. I mean, this 12 hours coming down. That's a weird looking day chart. So this must have had a really weird. So yeah, we're down about 10%. This thing will come down slightly. This thing should come down a little bit more, dude. Yeah, it's an interesting chart. Huh. Yeah, I don't know. Quant, that's interesting looking. See you there. I guess so did yeah. What's going on with Coinbase on Friday and Binance coming back? I have no idea. The amazing charts for years and could not figure out Discord. It's all good, dude. It happens, man. A lot of people can't get into Discord. So got that phone. Yeah, hell yeah, Aircent. But I'm probably gonna hop off, guys. It's been out here for about an hour and 12 minutes. I'm gonna go kick it with the family, and yeah, we'll be on here tomorrow morning, dude. I'll be back on tomorrow at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. We'll see where this goes. You know what I mean? Like I said, set your profits, right? Take profit or your stop losses so that you're in the profits. So that if this does rally, you walk away with the win. That's really all that matters, right? We want to stack up more wins than losses. That's what it's about. And yeah, if you guys want to start margin trading, I use BTCC. Like I said, you can click it in my description box down below. I do have my link in there. If you want to connect there, that's kind of where we go. It's an affiliation link. I think you actually get 10% of whatever you deposit. I think that link does give you that. So that's kind of a positive thing. I have used it before. It does work out really nicely. So like you transfer over $1,000, you get $100 in free trading from BTCC, which is kind of nice. Like your first trades on them type of thing. So it's kind of a cool deal. So bless you, Austin. Oh, Lexi, thank you so much. Hey, Austin, I bought a bunch of XRP at 99 cents before November and loved the rally at the end of the year. Found you, Levi, and Oscar. Oh, dude, that's awesome, GDLR. Appreciate you being here, man. But yeah, the Eagles, thanks, man. Yeah, definitely put the dudes in the chat here. Make sure you hit those dudes in the chat. And with all that, I hope you guys have a fantastic rest of your night and or morning, wherever you're at. And we'll see you guys tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time to talk more about crypto. We'll see where we're at. We'll see where the shorts are and the longs are. And for any member that's part of the A team, definitely see you over in Discord later this evening. So with all that, love you guys a ton. Peace out, everyone.